back to Business Morning right here on Channels Television. Head to the commodity space now. And we have for the first time in the studio Halima. Halima Adedino always joins us virtually, but today decided to show her beautiful face right here. Halima, good morning and welcome to the program. Welcome to our studio.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Great.
Nice to be here.
Good. So yesterday we saw an appreciation in the Naira. On the official market, we saw a 0.31. On the official, it was 0.29. Do we know what drove it?
Okay, even before yesterday, if we look at year to date, we'll see that the Naira has been appreciating compared to what we had last year. And there are so many factors that are accountable for that. One is the demand and supply dynamics. And we'll see that when we look at the real rate of interest, the interest rate is 25.7 right now, while the inflation is 23.7. So it's giving like a positive signal for investors to bring in their funds, which is a positive one for the Naira. But beyond that, we would see that the dollar has really depreciated against baskets of currencies.
So are we seeing this improvement because the Naira has truly gained value, or because the dollar has lost value? Because we need to know, for us to know what the true
drivers.
Yes.
So thank you for that question. I would say from what we could see, we'll see that the appreciation is majorly because of the depreciation of the dollar, which is making us see like an appreciation, which is not really actual for the Naira. So, and this is because the dollar has really depreciated. Even against euro is about 1.32%. That is the lowest in about 3 to 4 years. And why we are seeing this is because investors are uncertain and they are trying to shift their portfolio from dollar-denominated assets.
And that's because of President Trump, I guess. Mostly.
No, not only that, because of the whole global uncertainty. So
which was started by President Trump, the tariff.
So they are trying to be careful in terms of where their investments are. So I think that is affecting the decline we are seeing in the value of the dollar in the global market.
And then Stanbic said that Nigeria's PMI fell 52.7 in May from 54.2.
Yeah. That's the Purchasing Managers Index. And we are not surprised because majorly Q1 is always low compared to Q4 in Nigeria, basically because households have spent a lot in the festive period, so they are squeezed in terms of finance, in terms of cash, and also most cooperatives and most corporates, they start their major activity maybe mid-January. So, and also it's also a planting season for the country. So majorly we normally see a dwindling or a slow, let me put it like that, in the performance of the economy. So, but going forward, we are likely to see an improvement, though we are expecting the GDP number for Q2, maybe in a few days. We don't know the actual date yet, but we think we'll see an expansion in the GDP for Q2 in Nigeria.
And talking about the Nigeria and global oil and all that, we saw Dangote gave us the good news of reduced pump price. How will this feed into inflation, issues like PMI, purchasing power, and disposable income?
Okay, so for Brent, the good news is that unlike before, we now have a deregulated oil market in Nigeria. So that means the direction or the movement of the global oil price will determine to some extent what it will be for petroleum, motor spirits, and all other what is it called? All other products from it. And so we are seeing an increase in the price of Brent globally. But that also is because the dollar has depreciated, because most of the commodities are being traded in global markets with dollar. And so there's always an inverse relationship. Whenever there is a decline in the dollar, we always see an increase in the prices of those commodities. And so for Nigeria, it is a dicey situation because, one, we are a producing country, and also we are also and a consuming country. So on the aspect of production, we see that our production increased by to $1.48 million per barrel, I think in April, sorry. So, and that is a good one for Nigeria, which means our oil receipt is going to increase, and which is also
but the price is going down.
But
because we're struggling with 65 now.
The twist is that non-OPEC countries have decided to increase their supply. Also, OPEC countries too have increased their supply, and they are even saying that they might increase further beyond July in their last meeting. So what that means is that we might see the oil price hovering around maybe $60 per barrel, as against our benchmark, which is $75 per barrel. So for households, it could be a positive one in terms of price of PMS and other products, which is a good one. But for the government, it could be a dwindling revenue for
because already our targets on the budget is
$75 per barrel.
Exactly.
And as we are seeing it now, it's not even up to 65. So for our capex, for our current expenditure, for every other thing that has to do with revenue, we are in for it.
Yeah, we're in for it, Halima. But I know that the economists of Nigeria will put their thinking caps on, and then we will find a way around it. Halima,
exactly.
Thank you so much. Analyst with Financial Derivatives Company.
Thank you for having me.